The votes are in. They don't want your pity. And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them. Black people, they're just like us.
All right, everyone, buckle up because Bill Maher just did what so many on the left still can't seem to do. He told the hard truth. And not just any truth, the kind that hits you like a freezing shower after a few too many tequila shots. We're talking about Kamala Harris, the Democrats, and the self-sabotaging mess that is the woke movement. If you're sick of endless excuses, identity politics, and the constant habit of blaming Trump for everything, then this one's for you. And while you're here, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we're about to dive into some unfiltered political talk that will either make you nod in agreement or want to toss your phone across the room. Either way, you're going to feel it. Here's the scene. Bill Maher went all in on Kamala Harris and the left, holding nothing back. You'd think he was trying out for the RNC with how hard he came at them. But honestly, it had to be said, Maher and his guest ripped into Kamala Harris for her completely puzzling responses, or total lack of them, on two of the biggest issues we're facing, immigration and inflation. The border's wide open, prices are skyrocketing, and what does Kamala do? She shrugs and says she wouldn't change a thing. Seriously, that's what she said. I can't think of anything I'd do differently. Like, really?
The big issue, right?
Right.
Was immigration. And
Inflation, immigration.
Those two are very big issues. And you asked Vice President Harris,
Right.
why did you let all these people in for the last 4 years? She did not have an answer. I still don't know the answer. They actually could, with an executive order, shut it down as they did earlier this year. So why did they not do it 3 years earlier? And I think people felt she did not respond to that in any way. She had no answer on inflation. And she also seemed to represent that whole woke zone that people are sick to death of. And I think those three...
Imagine your house is burning down. And when someone asks what you'd change about your fire prevention plan, you say, nothing really. That's exactly the level of disconnect we're dealing with here. And then there's the whole woke issue. You didn't think we were skipping that, did you? Bill Maher didn't just say, people are tired of wokeness. He practically flashed a giant neon sign screaming, stop being ridiculous. Because here's the reality. Americans are over the virtues signaling, the safe spaces, the endless list of genders, and the whole cut off your uncle if he voted for Trump mindset. Regular people don't live in that bubble. They've got bills to pay, kids to raise, and real problems to handle. Maher's point was harsh but accurate. Woke politics isn't just irritating, it's toxic. It's costing elections and driving away the very Americans Democrats use to represent working-class, common-sense folks who want results, not lectures. But let's be honest, a lot on the left still don't get it.
I agree with the first two because immigration, as I said, well, inflation was something. The Biden-Harris administration, they wrestled with that through the supply chain, through trying to lower the cost, making sure that people could afford their groceries and their gas. But still, childcare became a big issue, housing, the cost of housing. So while I do believe that they made significant gains, there's no question immigration became an issue. But I'm not going to get into this, oh, the people are too damn woke. That wasn't an issue. What happened?
Yeah, it was.
I disagree with you.
I know, and that's why...
Donna Brazile, for instance, jumped in with that worn-out defense. It wasn't wokeness, it was just the messaging. Ma'am, that is the problem. When you keep acting like everything's fine while standing knee-deep in political wreckage, you're part of the reason it fell apart in the first place. And Maher, he wasn't buying it for a second. He didn't just disagree. He shredded her argument, cold, blunt, and absolutely spot on. Now, let's talk about Joe Biden for a moment. Democrats tried to convince us that this 82-year-old man was perfectly fine, sharp as ever, and ready to lead the country for another term. Are you serious? Nobody believed that. Nobody. That birthday speech alone made you either want to cry or curl up in a ball and question what universe we're in. If that's what they call totally fine, then I must be the Queen of England.
How do we trust a party that was telling us with a straight face that Joe Biden could be president for 4 more years without any problem whatsoever? That's what the Democrats were telling us. It was a massive lie. We saw through it. Everyone saw through it.
Did you see him this week? Could you imagine if we were just starting on the next term? That was
First of
not.
all,
Wandered off
happy
into
birthday, Joe
Brazilian
Biden.
rainforest.
Happy birthday. Joe Biden turned 82 this week. And then I hope he's still kicking ass at 82.
And if they lied about that, about Biden's mental sharpness, what else have they been dishonest about? Hunter's laptop, the economy, the border. It's not exactly a stretch to think there's plenty more they're hiding. Because if they'll lie that boldly in front of everyone, what do you think is happening behind closed doors? Even their friends in the media couldn't keep the facade going forever. Gas prices have shot through the roof. Groceries are so expensive you practically need a side hustle just to afford eggs and milk. And rent? Forget about it. The whole booming economy narrative turned into a sick joke once reality smacked the average American's wallet. And yet, what does the left do? They gaslight, they point fingers at Trump, and they rewrite history like they've got the script and think we're too clueless to notice. But we're not. We're done playing along. And then things went from bad to outright absurd. A psychiatric resident from Yale, of all places, went on MSNBC and actually told people to cut off their Trump-voting relatives for the holidays. Seriously encouraged it.
The chief psychiatric resident at Yale University, Amanda Calhoun, recently told Joy Reid it's okay to cut off family members if they voted for Trump and tell them, I'm not going to be around you this holiday. Oh, how pure. It's like not letting certain people sit with you on the bus. She also said that it shouldn't be automatic that family members think they're entitled to your time. She said that's just a societal norm. Family. Who do they think they are? Family? I mean, think about that. A mental health professional advising people to isolate during the holidays. And don't forget to drink too much and put on weight.
Picture that, sitting at Thanksgiving, carving the turkey, and saying, hey, Grandma, I know you raised me and everything, but your 2020 vote means you're dead to me. What planet are these people living on? And let's be honest, this isn't just political disagreement anymore. It's flat-out fanaticism when voting for a different candidate becomes a reason to cut off your own family. The problem isn't political, it's psychological, it's a cult mentality. And Maher, in his classic style, fires back with that dry sarcasm we've all come to expect. Before the big meal, remember to take turns sharing what you're hateful about. It's funny because it's true, and also a little terrifying.
This overly educated, i.e. extremely stupid, ivory tower academic. But I would, because if we ever want this nation to heal, this is what we have to do. Force ourselves to reach out and find out why someone feels the way they do and make the choices they make without prejudging them a monster.
But here's the real punch. And it's something Maher said that actually matters. If we ever want to heal as a nation, we have to be willing to sit down with people we disagree with, hear them out, understand why they feel the way they do, not to change their minds or win an argument, but simply to reconnect as human beings. Sounds easy, right? Yet that's how far gone things are. That's how far the left has drifted. Dialogue is dead, debate is canceled, and it's echo chambers all the way down. And let's not forget why Maher is so frustrated in the first place. He's a liberal. He wants Democrats to succeed. He cares about democracy and the environment. But even he is done defending this circus. He flat out says, you blew it. And he's right. This obsession with being the smartest people in the room has morphed into a strategy built on arrogance and exclusion.
Kamala spent 100 days telling voters, I know it feels like crime and illegal immigration are bad, but fuck your feelings. Look at this chart. Yes, there's a lot to not like already about the new regime, but maybe take 1 week to ask what you did wrong. The basis for Democratic campaigns has become, we're the smart people. That we know from the get-go. No need to look into that. We know that a priori, which is a Latin phrase the red hat people wouldn't have a clue about.
And guess what? Voters can sense it. They don't want politicians who act superior to them. They want leaders who actually serve them. That's why Trump, despite all his flaws, won. He speaks plainly about jobs, security, borders, and the things that actually matter. And he doesn't talk down to people. He talks to them. That's what real leadership looks like, even if it's wrapped in Twitter rants and loud, over-the-top sound bites.
But, I mean, he did better, like in every demographic. The exit poll said he grabbed 52% of white women. He also got their votes. Yeah. We're going to keep doing jokes here, okay?
And Kamala, look, this isn't personal, it's political. Her campaign was a disaster, her public appearances were painfully awkward, and her endless word salads made it seem like she was competing to say the most words without ever answering a question. Being a symbol isn't enough. You actually have to stand for something. And if all you're offering is identity and empty vibes, then guess what? You're going to lose. Americans are fed up with being called racist or phobic just because they have a different opinion. They want jobs, affordable groceries, safe neighborhoods, and leaders with real backbone, not lectures from TikTok therapists or Ivy League elites. Maher's closing argument, wokeness should be cancelable. Yeah, you heard that right. Not out of revenge, but out of necessity for survival.
Try making too woke be a cancelable offense. It's important for America to have a center-left party, and for that party to be competitive. And a good first step toward that goal would be to make the voters not want to punch you in the face. I will conclude by saying the reason I'm so mad at the Democrats is because as a voter, the issues that were important to me were democracy and the environment. And now, there's no one to champion or defend either of them because you, with your aggressively anti-common sense agenda and shitty exclusionary attitude, blew it. You lost everything.
If we want to protect our democracy, our culture, and even a shred of common sense, we have to rip this ideology out by the roots. And the first step is simple. Stop electing the people who push it. Period. The message couldn't be clearer. Symbolism doesn't win elections anymore. Competence does. Results do. Americans are moving forward, voting based on their wallets, their safety, and their sanity. If the left wants to remain relevant, they've got two options: adapt or step aside. Because if they keep betting on the woke agenda, they're going to keep losing and keep asking, why did we lose? Even as the answer is staring them in the face. And here's the truth. Black, white, rich, poor, urban, rural, we're all facing the same struggles. We want lower prices, police that respond when we call, jobs that cover the bills, and a future for our kids that doesn't look like something out of a dystopian movie.
The votes are in. They don't want your pity. And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them. Black people, they're just like us.
It's really not that complicated. Maher nailed it. Black people are just like everyone else. They don't want your pity. They want real solutions. So if you're still clinging to the belief that the woke left represents the future of politics, it's probably time to let that go. Because the votes are in and the people have spoken. What they want isn't more identity politics, virtue signaling, or empty promises. They want change, they want sanity, and they want real results. And if the Democrats can't deliver, that they're going to keep losing again and again. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown refreshing, eye-opening, or even just a little entertaining, give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. There's a lot more coming, and you won't want to miss it. See you in the next one.